wrestling fans. I am Mr. Riccolo, along with the voice of reason, Skits M. Jones. You're watching POW Entertainment Inside the Ropes. Another great night we got in store, but I'm kind of curious that Skits Jones, he's reading a cookbook, and I'm just wondering what kind of recipe that you're studying over there, buddy boy.
You know what, I'm reading upon recipes to make mischief and mayhem, because that's what we need right here, as we've got weird things going on here in POW Entertainment. We've got owner Jimmy Blaze throwing his weight around willy-nilly, making matches clearly in his benefit, left, right, and center, robbing people of their titles all over the place. Unfair advantages going on. But you know what? That's neither here nor there, because we have a very important show for you tonight. We are going to be previewing some of what we might see at Slamfest. We have got 2 matches to decide who will take part in the #1 contenders match for the POW television title.
That's for the POW television title. Tell them like it is.
Are you good? First up, we have the Lost Soul, Chris Cairo, taking on Zain Ramzey. Now, the Lost Soul has been a successful wrestler here in POW Entertainment, but he hasn't quite been on his game of late. And then you've got Zain Ramzey, who has debuted recently.
Who bills himself as 6 foot 6 inches tall and over 300 pounds. That's what he used to tell me all the time.
Get with the times, Riccolo. Zain Ramzey has had a change of heart, and he is now all about the fans and all about making people happy and putting on matches just to entertain. Isn't that nice?
Very nice. Let's go up to the ring. Chris Cairo, Zain Ramzey. Very nice. I'm real impressed.
As he makes his way around the ring, from the Armada couple at 205 pounds, Zain Ramzey. And his opponent, he is one of the all-time favorites in POW Entertainment from Lower Weapon Ride. The Lost Soul, Chris Cairo.
You can see it here in Villa Park. There is never a question about it. The fans love Chris Cairo.
It is good to see you here again, Mr. Jones.
And it is good to be here, RJ. we are back in Villa Park for the first time since Wrestle Rage last year. Different venue, we are at the VFW. Myself, RJ Ricklow will be around on commentary sporadically, but what we have got is an amazing night of action, and it is kicking off with the Lost Soul Chris Cairo taking on Zain Ramzey. Zain Ramzey, who just last year had an impressive showing in Fox Lake with tag partner Game Boy as they took on the tag champions of Trevor Blanchard and Black Island. Zain Ramzey going for the cover right there, but not enough to put away the Lost Soul.
Very different look with Zain Ramzey tonight in a singles match. Chris Cairo is going to definitely test this man. We're going to have to see just how he handles himself in these singles competitions.
There's no question there has been a definite change of attitude for Zain Ramzey. You know, when he first came in, very arrogant, very cocky, very full of bravado, and now he seems to have changed his demeanor a little bit, and now, you know, definitely more a fan of the fans. All right, Mr. Ricklow has joined us on commentary, as I mentioned he would.
Skitz Jones, RJ, what a way to kick off 2011 right here in Villa Park VFW, and what a fine crowd we've got on hand.
No question about it, this building is packed. Left, right, up, down, forward, and back. The fans are all over, and they are all about the in-ring action that we are seeing right now between Chris Cairo and Zain Ramzey.
We've said it before, you cannot beat the POW fans. They know what they like, and this is it.
You got that right, RJ. And what a reason why is that man in the ring right there, the Lost Soul, Chris Cairo.
You cannot neglect Zain Ramzey. Like I said, last month he had an impressive showing against our tag team champions.
Yes, he did. You better believe
Not
it.
enough to put him away, not enough to get the belts, but he looked good nonetheless.
Well, as they say, he's climbing the ranks there, Skitz.
He is solid tonight so far against Chris Cairo.
You know, both of these men going to be gunning for that #1 contender spot for that television title. Of course, we will see a match for the television title a little bit later here tonight as our former champion, who was robbed, in my opinion, Justin James, tries to take back his title from Scott Spade, who was handed the title, in my opinion.
That's going to be another barn burner. Look at this. Cairo.
Release German suplex. And he has just folded him up.
Well, that took a lot of effort on the part of Chris Cairo, and he was not able to capitalize. That could cost him, giving Zain Ramzey a little bit of time to rally, to recover, and to get his feet back under him.
With the help of the rope, Chris. First man up to his feet.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, mercy.
Another big move right there. The belly-to-back suplex by the Lost Soul, Chris Cairo. He is firmly in control at this point in time. What is he planning right
May
here?
suplex him right out of the ring.
Look at that.
What an amazing counter by Zain Ramzey.
Could Zain Ramzey be going to Slamfest? #1 contenders match? Oh, buddy home.
Attempted second rope moonsault, but Cairo gets out of the way. That's actually a page out of Cairo's own playbook.
Ramzey drinks
It's
across
time for the
that
3-1-2. Up and over.
and he made the connection.
The 3-1-2, we've seen it before. We saw it again right there. Cairo now calling for it. Could we see the bum rush? Could this be enough to put Zain Ramzey away? Could this be the end?
Yes!
1, 2, and that is all she wrote. Credit to Zain Ramzey for another impressive showing.
And your winner,
Your winner,
We will now go to Slamfest, February 26th, in the #1 contender match for the POW television title, Colossal Chris Cairo.
Well, there you have it. Like Rick Lowe just said, he will be going to Slamfest. He picked up the victory right there. He will be in the #1 contenders match for the television title. But before he worries about that, before the television title is a concern of Chris Cairo, coming up later tonight, we will see, as I said, Justin James trying to get his belt back from Scott Spade.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. We just found out who is going to Slamfest as in a #1 contender title match. Chris Cairo, the winner over Zain Ramzey. But
There you have it, Zain Ramzey. That's the second time now that we have to say, what an impressive match. What outstanding athleticism that he has shown since his new change of heart, but still just not enough to get it done. What's it gonna take to get him a win here in POW Entertainment? You know what, Mr. Ricklow? You should show a little bit of respect for your co-host. I'm bringing the ratings. The voice of reason is what the people want to listen to. And speaking of what the people want to listen to, I'll go ahead and let you handle this. Why don't you run off for the people some of the matches that they are going to see at Slamfest?
thanks, boss. I'll do that. I tell you what, great match coming up at Slamfest. Big 8-man tag. On one side, you've got Trevor Blanchard and Black Iron, along with Picture Perfect, that's Turbo and Logan Scott. They will be facing Psychotic Rage, Jimmy Blaze, Mitch Blake, and their tag team partners, Axe Smash Demolition, live at Slamfest, February 26th. Ooh, yeah, I just can't wait.
I know you're excited
I
to
am.
see some people who
I
might have graduated around the same time you did from high school. You know, give you those warm feelings of nostalgia.
Oh, yes, it does, baby. At least you're thinking about you.
What else do we have?
Regional title on the line. Eric Freedom, that's the hardcore hippie. Eric Freedom puts the regional title on the line as he faces another member of Picture Perfect, Gage Quinn. And I tell you what, Gage Quinn has his hand full with the hardcore hippie.
It's true, Eric Freedom is a handful in the ring. Everyone who has ever seen him in action knows it. But you know what? It's time for some new blood in the title scene. And I think Gage Quinn, Picture Perfect, it's going to be a good year.
And speaking of Picture Perfect, due to his actions as of late, the return of Joey Chichi, he now gets a match at Slamfest, and he will face the one and the only, the Hardcore Craig.
And as long as we are talking about Picture Perfect, how about Scott Spade finally doing the right thing and granting Justin James a shot at the television title again? Because every time that those two have met, due to some screwing around by either the POW owner Jimmy Blaze or the unfortunate interjection of Ruff Crossing, Scott Spade has held on to that television title that he has not even yet really decisively won.
Chris Cairo going to Slamfest in a #1 contender match for the POW television title. Let's get up to the ring and let's find out who he will face.
right there, sending Ruff Crossing to the back, and that's why, to get what Ruff Crossing calls his property, Nikki.
There is absolutely no fault for this at all.
Well, you know what? Nikki's job in POW, what her contract states, is that she is the valet for Ruff Crossing. If she refuses to fulfill her duties, she will be released from POW Entertainment, as Nicholas H. and Ruff Crossing have made abundantly clear. And here he is, Fox Lake's favorite, ex-con. I will never understand why they love ex-con so much and at the same time feel so little appreciation for our multi-time former champion in all championships, really, Ruff Crossing. I mean, he's as decorated as they come. He's as impressive a competitor as there is, and yet no appreciation from the fans. And then you have ex-con, and the fans, you know, they cheer him. I don't understand. Why the difference? You know what? The fans' opinion on the matter is worthless. What matters is who's going to win. At one point in time, these men were tag team champions together. And then you have ex-con, former tag champion with the Chosen One, Dayhawk, a part of the Sinmates, a part of the Hellfire Symphony. You know what? Worrying about whether the fans like him or not is a worthless endeavor. What he needs to focus on is defeating Ruff Crossing. That is what he needs to worry about. Whoa! Right there.
Lack of respect for Crossing, and ex-con is going to make him pay for it.
Well, you know what? Ruff Crossing, perhaps a bit of a miscalculation there. You know, when it comes to size and strength, ex-con is bigger than Ruff Crossing. There's just no getting around it. He's bigger and stronger. You know, he is one of the few men in the company who can say that. So if Ruff Crossing is going to have his way in this match and come out victorious and go on to face Chris Cairo for #1 contendership for the television title, he's going to have to be more calculated and less abrasive towards ex-con.
You know, RJ, I looked at this on the POW message board. I really believe that ex-con, I think he deserves a pardon.
I don't understand why you all of a sudden have this change of attitude towards ex-con. You know, he never liked you, Riccolo.
And he probably still don't like me. But I still believe in giving a man a second chance.
If we were in any other venue, the fans would be booing ex-con from floor to ceiling, from left to right, from front to back. But for whatever reason, the Fox Lake crowd loves convicts.
The fact of the matter is, anybody who goes up against Ruff Crossing is going to be a fan favorite.
Which I do not understand.
Lately, anyway.
I do not understand that. Ruff Crossing, he is a great competitor. Anyone who gets to see him in action should count themselves lucky to do so.
There's no doubt that he's a great competitor. That's the attitude of the man that nobody appreciates.
Who cares about his attitude? Sit back and enjoy him in the ring. Enjoy watching him perfect his craft. You don't need to care about his attitude. That's secondary. In this celebrity culture that we have going on in this day and age, everyone's so worried about everyone's personal life. Everyone's worried about their attitude.
Shut up.
Not when there is a point to be made and the people must hear it. I am the voice of reason. I am the prophet of POW Entertainment, and I have things that need to be said.
Misinformation.
There are things that need to be said. The fans need to worry about what happens inside the ring, and what's happening right now is 1-2. Not quite enough to put ex-con away, but Ruff Crossing, he is doing what he needs to do in the ring, wearing down the big man, so that he can attain a victory here tonight and go on to Slamfest.
Whoa! Across the bridge of the nose.
Skip should know how that feels. That hurts.
Yes, it does. I have been the victim of many, many abuses here in this company. You know, Ruff Crossing never did wrong by me. In fact, he helped train me. Back when I had to have that match against Jimmy Blaze. So I have nothing but the utmost respect for Ruff Crossing.
Ruff Crossing with the neck breaker delivered to X-Con.
Again, just a 2 count.
Kicking out.
You know what? X-Con, I will give him all the credit in the world. He is big, he is strong, he is tough, he is decorated, he has held his own in world title matchups in the past against the likes of Terry Allen and Brandon Bishop. He has been in ladder matches. He has been all over this company and been very successful. But the fact of the matter remains, Ruff Crossing wants the shot.
H tripping up X-Con.
That was,
Tripping up X-Con.
No. Nicholas H just
Nice drop kick by Crossing.
Nicholas H was just resting his arm there, and X-Con got tangled in it. He should have been watching where he stepped. But as I was saying, X-Con, he is an impressive competitor. There is no question about it. But Ruff Crossing is motivated by something more than desire for a title.
Choking the man out on the rope.
He's wearing him out. He's got till 5 to do it.
And there, Nicholas H again interfering in the match.
No.
He hurt his hand.
You're misinterpreting. He was trying to wake X-Con up. You know, a little slap to revive him.
And he better be careful he doesn't wake X-Con up.
You know, Ruff Crossing wants Scott Spade. Scott Spade has the TV title. Ruff Crossing wants the #1 contendership for the TV title so that he can face Scott Spade. It's simple mathematics. And you know what? It's the way it should go down. Ruff Crossing should get his shot at Scott Spade. Those two have, as Rick Lowe would love to say, unfinished business.
That's right.
Of course, I didn't spell it correctly, but that's just me.
What they ought to do is just put those two guys in a cage and let them roll.
Exactly. Give the fans what they want.
And leading the crowd in a cheer for X-Con.
What is she doing? She is betraying the law and the rule of her very own contract.
Maybe we're misunderstanding. Maybe she's just saying it's her man.
She should be, no question about that. That is her job. It is her job to be firmly 120% behind Ruff Crossing.
Oh, X-Con just barely kicks out.
I believe you mean Ruff Crossing kicking out right there, but X-Con almost had the 3 count. You are correct in that. He was a hair's breadth away from winning this matchup, but Ruff Crossing still not done.
And Ruff Crossing 10 shots to the skull on that turnbuckle. Oh!
And another one for good measure. You know, I am one to give credit where credit is due. I do not let my personal biases get in the way. I will firmly acknowledge X-Con is doing very well in this matchup. I will acknowledge the fact that X-Con looks very good right now and could in fact win this matchup. And that has nothing to do with whether or not the fans like him.
This
That
could
has
be
to do
all.
with 1, 2, but it's not enough. Not yet. Not quite.
Ruff Crossing on the receiving end of that big choke slam, and he was still able to get up before the 3. And the Free Mickey chant coming out from the crowd here.
Free her from what? She is simply in the corner of her boyfriend, who she happens to be contractually obligated to be in. You know, she has to be there. She signed that contract. I don't know what the fans think she needs to be freed from. And here you go. X-Con looking to bring Ruff Crossing into the ring.
Oh, and again, triple.
And there it is your 3 count.
Again, Nicholas H. interfering, causing the 3 count.
Ruff Crossing just managed to turn his body just right. And Ruff Crossing managing to turn his body in midair.
And face Chris Cairo in a #1 contender match for the Power Entertainment Television title.
You know, Ruff Crossing managed to turn his body in the air and get in position to make the pinfall, and he did.
He is a pile of human waste.
And there he is, successful Ruff Crossing. X-Con slowly making his way out of the ring. He looks beaten, which he was. He was handily defeated by Ruff Crossing, and what a disappointing victory this must, what a disappointing loss this must be for X-Con. You know, especially here in what many consider to be his venue.
X-Con going out to the crowd here. And the crowd still showing their appreciation.
You know, that's what I don't understand about this audience. They boo a winner and they cheer a loser.
Maybe they have different ideas of who the winner is and who the loser is.
I can't help that they live in a land of delusion. Look at the look on the face of X-Con. Have you ever seen him look so distraught?
But still acknowledging the fans.
Well, there you have it. Chris Cairo as he faces Ruff Crossing in a #1 contenders match for the POW television title at Slamfest. Ruff Crossing just getting the victory over X-Con, and X-Con very emotional at this defeat, and I really don't know what lies ahead for X-Con, but my heart's to you there, buddy. The guy deserves a break. You know, he deserves a second chance. He deserves a pardon. I'm with this guy all the way.
He got soft. He lost because his heart got in the way instead of his muscle. That's why Ruff Crossing came out ahead. X-Con can sob his way to the back all he wants, hugging and kissing the fans. But when it comes down to it, Ruff Crossing has got his eyes on 2 things. Scott Spade
We're about out of time.
and the television title.
We're about out of time. I'm Mr. Rick Lowe.
And I am the voice of reason, Skits M. Jones.
See you next week.